On Sunday, fun day, fun day. Jesus has risen. That's what I said when I realized my daughter was awake. I was like, Jesus has risen. I am so high on the Holy Spirit, for really. So you guys are going to love this episode. What's up, everyone? We got some new people. You guys came on a good day. We're in the light. I'm going to light your ass up. Who am I? Hey, get some holiness. Holy shit. I am the hostess with the mostest, the high priestess, Phoenix, and the girl goes wild. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman. You know, when I started doing this, I was like, do I have to do this every time? They're like, every time. Every time? I am your seer, your oracle, lightworker. I'm going to play with these a little bit. Starseed, Archangel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist. I saw Yogi Bear when I said that. I am your messenger of God. I am his first child, a whole ass child, very wise and stuff, had many lives. But I am the first child reincarnated. I am the Lilith. Hey, how are you? How is it going? In order to keep up with me, you had to see when I posted my community page, my latest live video, and anything I dumped in my shorts. Oh, dude. So it's coming up. Well, before this, I can't get comfortable yet. Before this, I was sure about to. I don't have no cards or anything ready for you. I'm ready, but I'm not ready. God asked me to like praise God outside, like sing his praises. Worship music is a huge part of the music activation brings in the spirit. How about that? How about that? All right. So most churches, again, they want you to get up and praise God. Sing his praises is what it is. He always wants you to praise him for what he's done in your life. Hey, holy shit there, God. I'm his rebellious child, just as a reminder. It doesn't matter if it's Sunday or any day. I'll be fighting with God. It's all love. He loves me. He loves you too. Don't worry. You can fight with him and it'll never even come close to the fights that we've had for the beginning of time. Anyway, so in this life, I'm taking my wise self and I just do what the fuck he says. I still fight with him, but I'm fighting. I'm losing the fight talking shit while I'm doing what he says. Fine. I tried to put him back. I pulled it out. I was like, no, I don't want to put those out. That's what I mean. It's like, fine, I'll do what you say, but I'm going to talk shit while I do it. Anyway, so he told me to sing his praises. So I was out there singing worship music at the top of my lungs. First thing in the morning. So I was all jamming. And then I came in and they were having church. For those that don't know, they have this church that comes around. When I come around, they be coming around. We're going to go, what's up, Raphael? And some Kabbalah. What else? Dude, come on. I'm doing a lot here. What is it? I'm just grabbing shit and I'm like, wait, what is all this? It's like you go to check out and you're like, who put all this in my basket? I saw this funny. The other day I watched this movie. It was, I don't know, something of the Titans. It wasn't Clash of the Titans. It was something of the Titans. And they went to go talk to this dude that built this city. Hephaestus or something. And so, like, Hephaestus is there, but, you know, there's the dude, and then there's Hephaestus, but it's all inside of him, and it's funny to watch. It's like, don't listen to him. What is going on in you? The entire universe. Going back to it, so I come up, and I'm trying to just come up and praise God and start my thing, and then I hear the church. Amen! I am happy to be here. I am happy, and and everybody's clapping, and they're clapping, and they got a tambourine. I was like, the tambourine sounds a bit much. You know. I was like, they always got a tambourine. It's like part of the fucking band. It's the tambourine man. Then I heard, hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. And this is what I'm hearing as I'm riding the elevator, which is extreme elevator music, bro. Going up. So I get to my floor and I was like, nah. We're going to have different worship music. We're going to have bass. Right? Drop it low. From the windows to the wall. It's going to be so inappropriate. But just appropriate vibes. In the essence, the music and all of that is supposed to get you hype, bro. It's a hype man. It's a hype thing. Getting excited. It's part of the show. I talked about it last Sunday. I was like, dude, he's one hell of a showman. Show me God. Show me something. Show me the money. That's what the people in the fucking crowd are thinking. God, I need some money in my life. Sorry, I'm having fun with God. I'm making fun of God's people ultimately, but I'm doing it in a very joyful way. Oh yeah, I just saw Right Said Fred. I shared that this morning. You know that guy? I'm like, you don't. You shouldn't. Probably, unless you're as old as dirt like us. His name was Right Said Fred. He sang that song. Too sexy for my... Shared that video. I was like, if this doesn't get you excited, make you laugh, make you want to dance, you're probably not a good fit for me. And if this offends you, you need a lot of healing, dude, because this is some goofy ass, funny ass, we need to laugh and try this shit. All right, I ended up with 4 cards. Which ones? Always the Lumerians, the white light, because they take for motherfucking ever. We're going to read a Kabbalah card. And one of our archangels. That's more than enough, I assure you. I assure you of that, because we still have religious studies. Oh, yeah, and then there's Ali. Ali, got they? Holy moly. Want some guacamole, Ali? Posted that. Ali was like, look at me. I've been fasting for 89 hours. I think I'm going to stop at, 85. He said, I think I'm going to stop at 90. Meaning he was counting the timer. When he shows something in his belly, it's going to hurt so bad. He's going to feel so fat and conflicted. What are we talking about? Ali said he was fasting, but for all the wrong reasons. It's a fat girl that wants some cake. Why is he doing it? Health concerns, he feels fat. You can tell he always covers himself up. Really? Mm-hmm. He talks about it too. He has an eating disorder. He likes to just munch and crunch. That's fine. You can sit there all day shoving shit in your mouth. You know what you should try eating? Rice cakes. You'll get tired of eating if you eat some shit like that. Peanut butter, crackers. If you have a habit, feed the habit something you don't want, and then it becomes like, okay, I'm not gonna. Seriously, if you sat around all day eating rice cakes, bro, you're not going to be eating much else, and you're still okay. Or force yourself to eat tofu, I suppose. Anyways, I got all over his ass because that's not why you're supposed to fast. We're rhyming. Welcome to the jungle. That's not what you're supposed to fast for. That's a fat girl syndrome, bro. I'm not going to eat. That's bulimia, bro. And it doesn't, I get where it comes from. It's like, oh, you want to be like me? I go back to this, and I truly believe that my mom just wasn't there to feed us meals. She literally worked all day and went to school at night for the most part. And then on the weekend, she was fucking obliviated. You know what I mean? So she wasn't that fucking person. But when we used to get together in these things, she was known for her cookouts and all her foods. She did know how to cook. She just was too busy to cook for us. So going back to it, is I think this stemmed from way back when. I just didn't have an eating schedule. But whatever the case may be, it's like he's over there saying, what other book do I need? I'm confused. Oh, the Lumerian and... Where are you guys? Lumerian and the Kabbalah. Okay. When you do a fast, traditionally a fast is a self-sacrifice to God to answer your prayers. Bottom line, bro. You'll see it in all texts, and that's what I had shared up there. Hey, Martin Luther King. Love that guy. Sorry, I just saw the book in there. I was like, hey, we might need to talk about that guy. I'm really excited. Tomorrow's the 818 portal. It opens up a flood of, fun shit. I'm all over the place, obviously. I'm full of light. I did a huge banishment burn yesterday, which cleared my entire aura, unbelievable. And that's what I told Diana. I was like, Diana, I have no idea what's going on outside of my own bubble. I'm in my own universe with gods and goddesses and just the light. I have no idea what's going on outside of me. And I look around and that's it. I'm singing there like nobody else exists. The police are there. Everybody's this. And I'm like, none of this shit. I'm walking on sunshine. Oh, I'm seeing that movie Free Guy where he realizes he's walking in a video game and he's just having fun with it. Like, you guys are dumb. Welcome. That's where I'm at mentally, which I think is a transition from, Saturn to Neptune. Feeling very inspired. I'm supposed to point out that my bridge oil was pulled out. Why? Again, I talked about it yesterday. I had this unbelievable telepathic communication with fucking Sean Kingston yesterday in his gel cell, and it's just a new power. It made me like aware of something. I've never been fully invoked into a place like that. It made me, you know what I mean, to have my astral body not just there, but interacted with. I tried to figure it all out. I was called into my bridge, Mama Bridge, so I used that yesterday. We need to get some Maboon oil. Today I had something going on in my solar plexus, and I literally put it on. I was all fucking burping and shit, which made me know, right after I put the shit on, then I saw what fucking what's-his-face had posted. Ali. And that's exactly it. You're doing... He should be fasting and having self-control and limiting himself to what his intake is and doing different things with his time and shit, just religiously. If he was to stick to his religious practices, he would have a completely different lifestyle. But because he's all, loaded and with all the power and stuff, he's just another fat and useless king. King of Israel is what I heard. Anyways, let's move on. I guess we're going to start with the Kabbalah because, what's up? We had the head card, but I'd already read that a few times. Which one do you want? Pick a card, any card. I don't know either, so I'm going to shuffle and see if that was simple enough. One falls out. The Sleeper. We already know what this is about. It's time to wake up, people. Wake up, wake up. Underneath is the Beloved and the Edge. I can't even begin to describe how this is. Mr. Let me tattoo this shit on my back. He doesn't even understand this. I can't even. You can use tarot to do the same thing, but these cards are showing us where we are in the Tree of Life. Where are we? I'll show you when I pull out the book. The unfortunate part about this book is they're not in order, so I have to just find them in whatever order they might be. I find where we are in the middle of fucking nowhere. No man's land. Let's see. The Sleeper is a really good card, actually. I just don't know where it would be. What is it? Messages from the Tree of Life. So, there it is. All right, you're still at the bottom of the Tree of Life. I guess we could have... Oh, damn. All right, I'm learning. Okay. They said look at the planets and you'll know where you are. That makes sense. Thanks, Metatron. Metatron designed this. Really? Yeah, why are you gonna make shit all complex for everybody? The science of fucking religion. It really is. This is the science, and they call it mysticism. It's the science of religion. So yeah, we should have been able to realize that right away, based on the planets, you see? It says we're at the bottom. Well, her legs are in the way. Trying to hide her stuff, too. This is my new favorite card. Because it shows it all right there. So we're between... That's where it says right here. It says we're right here. And that's where you see the moon, Mercury, and fucking Venus. So we can use that as a map to know where we are. I just learned that today. Did you learn that today? I did. We haven't had these cards for too long. None of them, really. We learn them and we learn them and we learn them and we learn. That's what I heard. All right, the Oracle. The Sleeper finds his way through dreams in which all of life is enacted. Oh, shit. All right, I was sitting next to Diana when I came out of my trance. And I'm like, bro, this is what God... I was like, listen to this. This is what God told them to deliver as a fucking message on his day. I opened my phone, and it was Lumen Moon Tarot. I'm going to tag that bitch in the shit. And it said something to the effect that the karmic is going to die from spiritual attacks against you. The karmic is going to pass away. That's literally the caption of the video she had dropped. What did it say? 45 minutes ago. On a Sunday morning, that's the message the Holy Spirit told you to deliver, that somebody's going to die for messing with you. That sounds so very ungodly. How do you call yourself a light worker? Even I have to keep it light on a Sunday. And therefore, here's the goofy shit we do on a Sunday. I bring the darkness to it, but it's not a dark message. You should have saved that. That's gross. And in the essence, how many people will claim this? They're like, yeah, that's what they get. I mean, who are you to judge? Anyways, so they said that, and I turned to freaking Diana, and I was like, dude, can you believe that? She's like, dude, I had a dream last night of this dude that I always tried to protect from a drunk crash, dying in a car crash. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I had a dream of him dying last night in a car crash, but he was always drunk, and I've tried to stop him from driving drunk to begin with. I was like, well, I teach people that the dreams are real. You see what will be. You guys see them at night when you're sleeping. I see them throughout the day. I see the dream world. I was like, it's real. I was like, inevitability, you already knew it since the first time you tried to save him from driving drunk. You knew. And that's where it is. Why are we stopping? And that's what I said. I caught myself on Friday night. And I brought that up. I was like, that's what I learned right here next to you. What am I trying to stop Morgan from? Them coming and taking her daughter. Why am I trying to stop that? Because that's a real fear. Why is it a real fear? Because it's a real consequence for what she's really doing. And I told her that, and she's like, dude, I saw her back there with the chick in the black car. She's like, and it made all the sense in the world. I was like, I know. I already told her she was a shady chick. I was like, I know. Just stay away, dude. We can't stop what God's trying to teach her. She won't stop until she, you know what I mean? Until she relives the consequence again. And that's to the rest of you. Do you want to live something that bad? That's how far she's got. As much as I love her, bro, this is her 4th child. She has 3 other children that she doesn't have anything to do with. She said she became a better mother with this one, and she tried to care. She's becoming, but the becoming is still not so becoming. It takes far more discipline, dude, to be a better person, to be a better mother. And at that point, it's saying a lot of no. Just say no is what they say. It's a sad thing. Anyway, so your dreams are real. That's the point of this, is like I see it in the day, you guys see it in the night. If you wake up and you can see things, write them down. Keep a dream catalog. Keep one with you always, because their daydreams are the dreams. You can tell a fantasy when you don't want, dude. You're just bullshitting. A dream is, you know what I mean? You can, we'll go through another story of this, how to tell the difference between imagination and intuition. The sleeper finds his way through dreams in which all of the life is enacted. Here, things that have been and things that might have been face each other. Then they fade as the sleeper realizes that he's sleeping and awakens. Commentary. And I told you, Jude she had dreams about me for 2 nights straight. Commentary. What did she see? I told her. She saw, I would imagine, the truth. Commentary. The changing experience of dreams, sleeping, and waking provides one of the most fascinating patterns in our lives. I'm saying Carl Jung. He tried to teach you about that, the symbols. He did a lot of it. Dolores Cannon, was it Doris or Dolores? I don't know. Dolores Cannon. She was studying hypnosis. That's where she started to see. She would put people into sleep and hear what information they would catch in the unconscious. That's how she caught on to them. Same thing with the lady that wrote my Palladian book. She was studying the subconscious mind, the patterning of dolphins' brains when she connected to the aliens. When I did all this, I was studying nothing more than my thoughts, trying to get to the bottom of my thoughts. I got to the deep abyss of it. So as I'm saying this, say it again. Changing experience from dreaming, sleeping, and waking provides one of the most fascinating patterns in our life. From earliest recorded history, dreams have been considered significant. They create awe, wonder, and fear in human heart, and some seem more real than waking life. I've only had a few reoccurring dreams in my life. I used to only have one dream my whole life. And it was scary, and I still replayed it. But now it had more texture to it. I was sitting on a ledge of a beach, and a freaking tsunami wave pulled me in. And I get pulled past the wave, and then I'm surrounded by orcas. By orcas. And by, I can't see if they're gray or humpback whales, one of the two. And they're dropping their fucking fins. They're dropping their fins and they're dropping their whatever. And it's like I'm afraid that they're going to drown me. It's happening all around me. It's terrifying. But they don't hit me, but it's happening all around me. It was this crazy dream I would have forever, and I tried to explain the wave that pulled me out, and I only saw those waves later in big surf. It's off of, it's not Peru. It's over in, I can't see. It's a big wave surf place over in, where is that? Starts with a P. I can't think. Use your use your brain. My brain's not working right now. Anyways, there was that dream, and then there's I always had this weird reoccurring dream. It was similar to the Wizard of Oz, where she comes down the stairs with the flying monkeys and then just flies off the third stair. I have seen that forever, in the waking and in the sleep, where I just fly. Like, I literally can fly. I see it all the time. Have I harnessed it yet? No, I haven't harnessed. I get to that place where I'm working on levitation. I get there. It does happen. But I had that reoccurring dream my entire life, where I just, you know what I mean? I could fly off the stairs. Literally. Did I try? I don't think so. Maybe I should try. Through dreams, we may catch glimpses of the future or dreams of times long ago, before we were born. Although dreams are usually very personal, sometimes those barriers are washed away too, and people may even share dreams. And that's it too. Why do you share dreams? Because you're in the same place. It's the astral worlds, where everything is. If you know how to navigate it through the day, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they do at night. I completely leave the body, bro. It's like a dolphin. It's like one eye open. It's there. I can come back to it at any time. I guess, to be honest, I do that all fucking day. It's like, huh? What were you saying? What? Like, I'm fully aware. There's a monitor going on in front of me of like what's going on. It's like watching your kid. You're like, yeah, they're right there. I'm not doing shit. Which is what? My body. Knowledge may come through dreams. I was going to say something else. There was another thing. Sometimes I was getting a picture of Joseph and myself, Isis. We can interpret the dream world for you. And that's what Carl Jung could do, and that's what hypnosis and, people that study dreams. There's a couple chapters in 2 of my books that study dreams. We can learn that later today, not right this minute. That talk about symbolisms of dreams, so you can understand what this symbol means. And that goes back to, ta-da, Metatron. They're all symbols, bro. It's all fast. Unless you're really living out your dreams. I don't know what you're doing in the dream world. I have no idea what you're doing in the dream world. But I can see them. I can see myself living out past lives. I can see all kinds of things. Unbelievable things. I can see it about other people too. When they walk by, I can see their lives played out. Like these holographic visions around them that are showing me. Like pop-up screens that are showing me what their life looked like. And that's what, and she could have got tweaked out enough, dude, that she lost her, she entered into because, realistically, I'm just being honest, Jude could have, got real high and passed out real deep into a deep sleep and accessed the unconscious. And same with Morgan, bro. Morgan could have been all flipped out, tweaked out in the dark and accessed the unconscious. It's right behind your thoughts. And that's why people that do psychedelics and shit, they access the unconscious. The in-between alcohol can get you into that other place. Obviously, it takes you to another place, but it doesn't take you to the light. It'll take you to the dark. Obviously. Which is just feeding your shadows. It's not a terrible thing. It's just not something you should, do all the time. Shouldn't be diving into hell every weekend. I'm just saying, so there's symbolisms to dreams and shit like this. And that's why I said, when you're sitting there doing the dishes or just fucking zoned out, when you're in, okay, this is how you know when you've left your body, when you're having an out-of-body experience, which is you download. You just go blank. You can feel it on your expression of staring into space as you're standing in line at at a fucking grocery store, or if you're parked at a fucking street. You have no idea what you're looking at. You're just spaced out. The body goes blank. The mind goes blank. It doesn't know what's happening. But you can feel something's happening in this blank space. It takes time for it to visualize. Your brain will try to make sense of what that was. But they happen all fucking day long. And they call it the quiet space. But you have to stop for these things to happen. So I'm serious, like, after taking or during a shower, you're in a quiet space where you'll go through your thoughts and then you'll access some shit. You'll start seeing, dreaming, if you will. You'll start seeing visions, bro. You'll see dreams, whether it be something you already saw today or something you're afraid of happening in the future, or something a memory with an old person that you haven't thought of in a long time. You're in a quiet space, so you tap into what science calls is the superconscious, where all information of life is poured in. All of our lives go there. We pour it all in there. It's just a big cauldron, a big soup of experience that God just sits there like, here you go. It's something like that little cup. It's not so little. In the essence, it's like you can look into life as it is, all life. And that's what I'd be doing. Like, good. Okay. I'll teach you some shit. Knowledge may come through dreams when our daytime cares and precautions are left behind. That's where you're just spaced out during the day, and that's why I tell you to go outside. If you go outside and sit in your backyard or go to a park, go to a lake, go anywhere, even by a tree, you're going to space out fast. They call it meditation. They call it grounding. They call it connecting. That's where you're going for, that spaced out place. Where you're no longer in your thoughts, you're in a void, and the longer you stay there, that's where you make connections. That's where you'll see your spirit guides. That's where all the information will be given to you, in a spaced out space. And that's why I try to tell you, physical beings, people that are all, you know what I mean, all about this world and are busybodies, and they're all, you know what I mean, spending all their time chasing shit of this world, like, you know, Oscar and all these people that say they're spiritual. You can't be of both worlds. You have to disconnect of this world to connect with that world. And then you do, and that's where, you know, someone like Jim Carrey will tell you how the nirvana, the bliss of being in the void, and that's what we talked about yesterday, is just existing. It's a bliss to just be part of the wind, be part of the day. And that's why they tell you to go outside and feel God's bliss. He gave us the whole universe. You can access it all from just being tapped into the ground. And that's why we lay you to rest in the ground. Get it? So that's where you're hoping to be. And that's why people, you know, stoners be real creative, and people like that, people that stick to themselves, they're spaced out. And that's good, because they're not stuck in the matrix of this 3D world that is crushing, that tells you you can't, and you don't got enough, and this will never work, and da-da-da-da, and all these constructs of impossibilities. This world is extremely limiting. I can go outside right now and be like, damn, it's too hot to do anything. That's how limiting it is. It's too hot. I ain't got enough money. I ain't got nowhere to go. It's just the mindset of this world is just absolutely limiting. It's pessimism. It's negative. 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 So you try to get into that blissful place of just, you know what I mean, that. And then you take that information and you take this good idea from there, and you're like, this gives you purpose to go back out there. It's like, I have an idea. I can't wait to tell the people. Well, the people don't want to hear it, I promise you that. But you're excited, you're motivated, you're driven by madness, divine madness. You sat alone by yourself and you had an idea. That's where all mine come from. Realistically, I just sit in the nothing of nothing. I told you, my brain doesn't really do much. Just stores information, just like yours. Shouldn't be, turn the volume down on that. It's useless information usually, unless you're like, how do I fix this? And then it'll be like, grab a safety pin and some tape or something like that. The MacGyver, you know, the problem solving comes out, but it's usually pretty useless too. You still need that idea moment. And that's where it comes to you. You're sitting there hopeless, useless, no idea what to do with yourself. What are you going to do? You're like all in the nothingness. You've tried everything. And that's where the divine inspiration comes. I stay in nothing. So I'm am divine inspiration always. It's just flowing through me. What I use it for is to divinely inspire everyone else. So then it just keeps circling back. It's a great energy. But if you're just using shit like, Allie, I want to do this so that my body looks better. Bro, that's not how it works. If you want your body to be better, you've got to do the work to make it be better. Even I, the super smoker I am, have to go, as my daughter says, walk mountains and take lots of smoke breaks. I have to do that. I have to give it what it needs. Sometimes it needs some vegetables and shit. It definitely needs some carbs and shit. What have we been needing? Grain. It needed grain. And that's what it is. It's like, listen to your body. Don't listen to everybody else that tells you this is a good look for your body. And in the essence, it's like, when you're too busy, you don't sit around eating. Did we need to get into your life to tell you you're bored, so you're eating your feelings? Your very depressed feelings are showing in your body. It's blowing up your chakras. Go outside. So basic. Go for a walk. Gosh, how many? As many as it takes for a 400-pound person to lose weight. It happens all the time. What do they start with these 600-pound people? They stop. They get them busy. You're too busy to sit around eating. No, we didn't bring the refrigerator in the car today. We'll stop and get you something on the way home. You'll be okay. I promise you've got enough to burn. I'm starving. No, you're not. I'll make sure you don't die in the back seat. This is the feeling of stomach acid being eaten up. You'll get used to this feeling. Put some water on that. Let's keep going. And that's what it is. You put the water on the burn. Feel the burn. In the essence, it's like, come on. You don't. It's extreme. It's not an extreme sport either. It's like, that's every fucking athlete will tell you that's not good for your body, bro. Fasting is good for your soul, not for your body, bro. Duh. And, trying to acclimate back after a fast really hurts. You've closed up your fucking, it shrinks real fast, and that's why you think you've lost weight. All that has shrunk is your intestines, bro. Not your actual skin, but your blown up intestines have shrunk, so it makes you think you lost 10 pounds. No, they just closed. But as soon as you start shoving things in there again, it has to open up again like a snake. See the snake get all wide and shit? They're normally small. But every time you push a big-ass meal through there, it's going to push your belly out. How do I know this? Because I'm like Miss Fritz inside of my body, watching all of the mechanisms of how this bullshit-ass body works. Can't wait to stick a dick in it and see what that looks like. Moving on. Says you're dreaming. That was a good one. All right. We should listen to the words of our dreams, and by experience learn which should be discarded as floating fantasy, and which are resonant with meaning. Kabbalah describes each level of existence like the layers and the folds of a walnut. You could be a walnut, you could be a lotus, you could be an onion. We said this a billion times. You have to go through all the layers. All of the layers of these planets are put into your being. In order to get back, you have to take off the lessons of these planets off of your being. Really? Yeah. And then you end up where he lives, right here, where I'm at. Saturn, this is the highest thrones. This is where Jesus lives, in the highest thrones. What's above him? Cherubim and the seraphim. Yeah, there's this whole, they drew pictures and shit for people. They're states of consciousness, people. The whole world is organized in this principle. From the primary mystic center of our outmost of our layers are all coverings of one to another. Brain within brain, spirit inside of spirit, shell within shell. When we are sleeping, we usually wake through sometimes we can continue awake within a dream. We wake to another reality. Many traditions teach that death is a waking from the life, yet to another reality beyond that. Oh yeah, I've died a lot of times. I died twice in this life. How about you? When are you gonna die? How many times have you died before? It's just another one, dude. And another one. This is gonna be the last one for me, bro. Well, I mean, last two. Imagine, dude, this is some bullshit. He doesn't just put me back in this life, he's gotta put me back twice. Like, come on, dude. If you don't, seriously. Anyways, going on to this, you have to go through all layers of your being, is what they say. And that's what that means. We are also told that it is the greatest spiritual challenge in life for us to wake up. That's what I said this morning. Wake up. A person can live on automatic, feeding on impressions and emotions as well as on physical food, and simply responding to those changing stimuli. That's what you're doing. What are you doing to keep your hands and mouth busy? It is just nothing more than repetition to walk to the fucking refrigerator and grab something out and shove it in your mouth. You're not actually hungry. It's repetition, bro. Or he or she can wake up in the birthright of full consciousness, act from real will, and take responsibility for his or her actions. And that's where it is. I have a wake up call every day. Wake up, wake up. Do you see that you're fucking up? Okay. That's where I'm like, dude, I can get really overwhelmed by telling you how much I'm working on. Because of the sense of, I've been made aware of so many areas of my life that need work, because I just was on automatic, that need love, that need understanding, that need to be expressed. There's so many areas of me that I need to, work on. And so, I become awoken to the fact that, and that's just self-realization, is that this is a bad pattern or a bad habit, or no, unhealthy. This is an unhealthy pattern that I keep exhibiting that I still need to work on breaking. How many of those do you have? 1 billion. It's codes. It's the exact genetic coding in our bodies is unhealthy, bro. So one by one, we are taking away this thought, this fucking feeling, this way of life, this actual action that we take, and we're removing them to where we're literally nothing anymore. And we can make our own decisions, not based on programming. This is what I do, but this is what I do, but this is what... Why do you do that? Why do you do that? No, but this is what I do. That's a program. That's a program. Saying that this is what you do is saying this is how I'm programmed. What are you programmed to do? What's on your program? All right, get with the program. Where are we? This oracle hints that at the possibility within every situation. However deep the sleep, there is that crack through which light appears, and this is our prompt to wake up. I heard Ozzy. Way to go, Ozzy. He's cracking the light up there. Crack a bottle. You become aware, just a sliver of it. You catch a glimpse of it. You may say something to someone that you realize was not right. Do your best to atone for it and change that behavior, because it's not the first time you do that. Shit comes out of your mouth. The things you think, the way you talk, the way you dress, all of this is programmed behavior. You were told. Something simplistic, my favorite thing that I woke up with that I love to talk about is I had a panty drawer full of thong underwear. Oh, this is what I wear. But I didn't like it. I know this is what I wear, but I don't want to. I had to break that. A whole program of me. This is the type of underwear I wear. Says who? Where'd they come from? And I remember my mom bought me my first pair of thong underwear when I was 15, because it was before I met my baby daddy. She bought me thong underwear. If she had never, when would I have? It would have been my choice. I could have chose to wear those type of underwear. Now, let's go back to my daughter. I have bought my daughter every pair of underwear that I think are appropriate for her until she tells me which underwear she likes. She makes the choice. I don't fucking go shopping for her because I've learned that I'm wrong. I don't know what she likes. And that's okay. Because her likes are always changing. As soon as I think she'll like this shit, she's like, I don't like that. And I get upset. It's okay. Just show me who you are today. Show me what you like. And I just want to show that. Like, you know what I mean? The way we do our hair. That's because that's how our mom taught us how to do our hair. My makeup comes from my mom. All of that, and she taught many girls how to do their makeup and shit like that. She was all about makeup and shit like that. But the question is, did she learn it from her? Did she learn it on her own? Or did she learn it from her oldest sister who played mom, who ends up being a pageant-winning woman that taught all of them femininity? And that's what it is. It's all taught behaviors. Like Mr. Plum, it was really funny. It's not. My booty whack ex-husband sends a fucking package to my son, and in it is an open pack of boxer briefs, right? And they're too big for my son. And Mr. Plum doesn't wear that type of underwear. And I asked him to take one and just try it. Try it out. See how it feels. Because no, he wouldn't have bought them. He buys what he buys, and that's it. It's like they're brand new. Just try it out. Try a new pair of underwear. I don't know if he did, but that's it. It's like you do what you were told to do. You have all these fucking patterns. No, my mama said. No, that's what my dad said. That's what you live by rules of other people. Great place for Lilith in the Kabbalah. I give you the tree of knowledge and wisdom. I break you from your oppression, which is nothing more than your self-imposed prisons of your mind. Rules that you've put on yourself. Unjust rules that have no fucking value. Saying we don't use our phones at the table. We don't, or you don't. Everybody else does. You know what I mean? We make these rules of saying that if we abide by this rule, we're better than other people. And if they don't follow our rules, then they're not good people. That's some church shit, isn't it, though? The oracle hints at the possibility, interpretation, life task. Something inside you is still asleep. Maybe it's time, this is a wake-up call. It is your choice, of course, to go on sleeping, but if this is the choice that you make, then you are ignoring the possibilities that lie in front of you. You will no longer be innocent of this. And that's where it is. The forgiveness isn't given once you know. Make them know, so then they know. That's where it is you face it now. We can forgive you for not knowing. Nobody gave you the knowing. So here comes Lilith. Lilith, give them the knowing again. Let them know the truth. So they can choose. They can choose to be in truth or to be in darkness. You didn't know. Forgive you for you did not know that this was not right. But now you're becoming very aware, self-aware. And it comes with a lot of shame, a lot of embarrassment, a lot of guilt, a lot of regret. When you look back at yourself and realize, damn, I've been a shit-ass person, bro, for so fucking long. And as they're starting to shove every fucked up memory, like how you've done people dirty, you must atone for this. You don't sit there and say, but they did me dirty. This is what judgment is. It's you being judged, not them. They shall face these same fucking visions of what they have done. We all face it. And that's what my twin flames do. They make me fully aware of where I have made some serious mistakes in my life. And I come to them humbled, and I face these fucking, I atone for my sins right here. I confess my sins right here at the altar. And I ask them to turn from their ways as well. That's all I can do. Let me be a testimony of sin made right. So I come. But you will not, dude. You are no longer innocent of this when you become aware of your shit-ass behaviors. Don't think that God's going to keep blessing you or He will keep forgiving you, but He's going to keep pushing you to learn this motherfucking lesson. To not be a better person is not even a choice. Fighting it is only asking for your own destruction. You owe it to yourself, to your children, to this world we live in, to be a better person so you can actually enjoy this life and give off joy in this life. That only comes from being a better person. There's no description to being better because we can always be better. And anytime you hear me say be better, that is Kobe Bryant, always. He'll be with us tomorrow. He's always here, but he'll really be up our ass tomorrow talking about be better. Possible meaning, unfulfilled potential, laziness. Yeah, he's here. A period of dormancy, a choice to keep quiet rather than to act. Retreating into yourself. Someone who will not listen or cannot be roused. If they can't hear you out, if they don't hear you, it's like you need to just walk away. I talk and talk and talk, but how many people actually are listening? And it doesn't even matter if you're listening, because what I'm saying is just a New Testament to the Old Testament bullshit. And the New Testament is just my testimony to the bullshit. I'm not changing the fucking rules. I'm showing you what they always were from the beginning. I don't get the power of changing them, and I got myself in trouble breaking them. So, you know, and then replace everything and follow the fucking rules. What? Of the universe, not of man. Walk in the spirit, not in the fucking flesh. But anyways, with that being said, I can't save no more than you can. You can't save somebody from what you see as their karma. You see where this ends. The worst case scenario is what they're going to face if they don't stop, and you're trying to stop them from that worst case. But you know what? They're going to have to catch that case. Murder was the case they gave me. I knew he was nearby. I love you, Pac. I kind of missed him. He's been a little sour. He's been quiet. Why? Because it's hard work. Pac has to, in order to be here, he has to do it out there too. Here or there, bro. We all have to ascend. He has to, you know what I mean? He has to get better too. He has to learn through my, you know what I mean? Through all of this too. You know? So going back to, you know, all that N-word shit wasn't cool, bro. That hit him in his, you know what I mean, in his soul. As he fought for the black peoples. And he was just running around calling people black peoples. It hurt him. He stayed quiet for a minute. I'm glad you're back in the room. That's it too, bro. You're gonna face it in this life or the next. You'll know. And he learns through me. That's why he doesn't have to put on the skin and have to do it. He has to ascend with me. He has to, you know what I mean? He has to become the light where he is. And that's a good thing, dude. So you didn't have to live a whole ass life to do it. He just lives through the rest of mine, which is a whole ass life. And so he's stuck with me for a whole ass life, but through my life. And that's where your ancestors are. That's where your spirit guides are. You bring them to the light. Not just those that are here, but those that couldn't find their way out there. You carry their seed or soul tie, whatever it may be. They're with you to the end. You can take them places where they never took, you know, where you never took the family tree. All right, well, that was a good one. We spent a whole forever on that one. What is this? The Kabbalah Tree of Life. Nobody ever bought these but me. It's because why? Because I'm the Lilith. I'm the only one that knows about the Tree of Life. Oh, gosh. All right, we have to do the Lumerians. We can skip all the extras, but I can't not do an Lumerian card on a Sunday. Where are we at? We're at our Soul Star Chakra. Merging with the Divine. So, that symbol right there is a language. These are the language of the Lumerians. Again, every language had its own lettering. Goes back to him. So when I'm seeing these images, it could be anything. It could be Lumerian language. It could be hieroglyphics. It could be motherfucking Aztec fucking scripture. It could be Hebrew letters. It could be a sigil. From, you know what I mean? It could be so many things. They all had their own language. So it's very difficult, and that's the part I learned. It's like, I'd like to learn the languages of this world, but I'm teaching you all the languages of the other worlds. Number 10. So we're just going through our chakras here. These we do, you're welcome to keep up with me. We do one of these every single Sunday. This is an ascension path too. It's a light ascension. All of these, well, we used to go in order, but they're kind of getting fucked off. Why? Because that means we're outer. We're not following the path, which is good. We're making our own path. All right. Transcending, letting go, being filled with divine light, channeling, karmic records, the bridge between spiritual and physical realms, ascension. Welcome to the ascension. How do you do it? Descend. That's what I teach you over here. If you don't like that, then go somewhere else. I teach you to go in. You want to go outside and find it? That's not how this works. You have to go inside of all of your darkness to find the light. It's just dark. You're just scared of it. You've just been hiding a bunch of shit in there from yourself. It's a little creepy and scary, but you'll deal with it. It's a whole fucking part of yourself that's in there. All kinds of unbelievable mysteries. You know what I found in there? Oh, God. Pac is definitely right here. He's teasing me. I found out that I slept with his best friend, Money B. When? When I was fucking hanging out with Shock G. They're my boys. Ah, Jesus Christ. The dead has no secrets. You're like, you didn't know? No, it was hidden in my memory somewhere. I completely forgot. Here comes Pac. Hey, you know what? Did you sleep with my best friend? Did I? Oh, yeah, here comes the memory. Oh, my God, Becky. Eminem, I've actually been with a black... No, they said he didn't get it up. I don't know what that means. Fully. But seeing as I would have blacked out either way, it was a blackout. Shut up! Holy Spirit, he's here. You know when Pac's here. God, he's so funny. I missed you, bro. Can we wait till after this and we can laugh and stuff? All right. He's like, but they like it too. I know. He said it's a blackout. He's got the best punchlines. You cannot punch anybody deeper in the gut than Pac does. He's all up in the guts. There's all kinds of secrets you keep hidden from yourself in there. They're great. It's the brain. It's full of fucking information that's hidden in little files. You need to work through those files and find all these missing pieces of yourself that were so fun that you didn't tell anyone. You need to find those pictures of what you did last summer. You need to tell the Vegas stories. What about South Beach? Oh my God! Don't tell them about New York. Confess your sins, motherfucker. It's fun. It's fun. Remembering who you were and what you did. It's not that scary. I mean, it is. It's very appalling, but, you know, you'll be okay. You did cocaine? Oh, one hell of a drug. I think it affected the entire fucking population of the 80s, 90s, and beyond. You might want to put that, you got some shit on your nose. Put that away. We have lived in many worlds, all interconnected. They uphold the lessons that... Okay, so this is hell on Earth. You don't get to live like this in other planets. No, you can't do this type of shit in other planets. Oh, and I was supposed to tell you, when you wear the armor of God, you're ambiguous. You can't tell if they have boobs or not. Really? Yeah, you can't tell. We all have long, beautiful hair. For real? Yeah. You can't tell. They don't make, you know, nipples on the fucking chest plate of God. In essence, that's why they call it a binder. You've taken away my power. Yup. It becomes very joyful when Pac gets here. You make jokes and act silly again. All right. Focus. Yeah, you can't do this in other worlds, bro. You gotta follow codes and shit. You're programmed differently in other worlds. Here, you get to play God with free will. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's a little dangerous, obviously. Their synergy creates the expansion of the universe. Gaze into the place where the light between our stardust can become anything, and collective evolution is part of the Gander story. We simply let go. We become all that we have been seeking and glimpse the greater dream. Well, there was a Rumi comment. Restore. Remember that you are an infinite being with the ability to expand your awareness beyond space and time. And that's where I live, beyond space and time. I can see all space and time. I'm away on the outskirts. I'm physically here. You can, like, find me here in Colorado. Most people know where I'm at, realistically. But I'm talking consciously. And that's like you trying to connect with Stephen Hawkins. You can't consciously connect with that guy, bro. You can't consciously connect with, you know, you want to know these people and get to, you know their minds. You couldn't consciously understand, you know what I mean, Jesus nor Albert Einstein. You don't see their visions and understand what makes them tick. People want to be on your level. If I was to sit there and wait first, that's where I said something to Marshall last night. I was in a sad place. I cried when I sent that message, bro. If I was to wait for someone to be on my level, I would die all alone. I can't expect you to access the state of mind that I have. All I can do is get you through the workings of your mind and see how far you'll go. What pushes me? Kobe. And Pac, I couldn't not go. I can't not be better. I can't not open my heart. I can't not tell the truth. I can't not be pushed into the darkness and into these places. And that goes back to it. If they wake me up in the middle of the fucking night and say, pack your shit, we're leaving, it doesn't matter what I have or don't have. I must go. So when I started working through these terrible thoughts and feelings and stuff like that, it's like, as I want to give up, it's like, you can't. The universe is depending on you to teach these people how to do it. You can do this. You can do this. Some of you are going to get in there and give up on yourself. I've seen it since the beginning. They're excited to, they're excited to be enlightened. They went through one ego death. And then it's like, no, I don't want to go through that again. Well, I do this shit every week. Learn to cry. Learn to sit with yourself and have pity for yourself. Learn to rebuild yourself. Learn to love yourself. It's a self-love journey, dude. It's self-healing. But yeah, spend all your time fucking with yourself, dude. Getting all pissed off at yourself. Getting all hurt with yourself. Getting all, you know what I mean? Just digging in yourself all the time. Digging in your heart. It's a lot of work. But that's what's gotten me here. And until someone digs that deep into themselves, they're not gonna be on my level. And that's okay. Because the deeper you dig, bro, new levels, new devils. Every week we're faced with, you know what I mean, harder changes, detachments. You know what I mean? Got to change our mindset. Got to change our way of life. Got to change the way we eat, the way we talk. I hear you, Michael Jackson. Here they all come on a Sunday. Sunday. I wasn't with them. I was with these fucking guys. But as we talk about the mind, that's where they are. They're right there. They're right here in the moon. That's the fourth dimension. That's the spirit realm, is in the moon. The spirit realm is in your emotions, bro. Once you get past your emotions, you go farther into the spirit, deeper into your beings. And that's where you start accessing higher levels of demons and light beings. The demons are just your own, but they had a name and time. You're just facing more of your own sin. And that's why Dante described it, the different levels of hell. This is a new level of hell. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about my mommy issues. Let's talk about my financial issues. Let's talk about my relationship issues. Let's talk about how I don't get along with people. Let's talk about how this and that. Yeah, new levels of new devils of just pain and suffering that we got to bring up to the surface. Yeah, let's bring this fucking... As Bobby says, every time I call him, he says this. It's fucking ripping scabs. Every time I call him, it just makes us both go into a whole bunch of fucking hurt and pain. Yeah, well, maybe one of these times we can sew this bitch up. Themes. Karma, or what can be implemented or cleared for your optimal progress towards ascension. That's it. You're just reliving unhealthy experiences until you fucking learn. But the learning is walking away. There's all power in detachment. You choose of your own free will to walk away from something you love because you love yourself more. Painful. That's what it means to be a master of the emotions. That's self-discipline, Allie. Healing position, 15 centimeters above your head. For a card healing, anywhere just above the head is fine. Color wash, a kaleidoscope rainbow. I told you, where am I at? The soul star chakra. So everything's a kaleidoscope in there. But it's beautiful. Everything has all kinds of colors. It's that rainbow ray, but it all comes together in white. And that's when you sit in the dark. The absence of all color, or all color put together, makes two colors, black or white. So, yeah. Well, that's where we're at. We're dealing with your soul star chakra, which is your soul. Have you reached that? You have to open all your chakras to reach your soul. Now, once you access that one, we go deeper. Now you can travel through your soul. That's where the astral travels come from, when you're outside of your body. And there's many of them outside of there. You just jump on the timelines, and that's what I teach. How many? I don't know, bro. There's so many vibrations. It's like, I'm seeing off the top of my head, they're showing me something 146 is a number. What that fucking number means, I don't know. They're just showing me the number 146. They're just vibrations, which are just frequencies of time. Like this. They're just lines of time. Lines of time. You can jump on them and relive time. They all lead to the same time, which is what? Current. Does the current... Listen to what I just said. It's a current of time. So it's, you know what I mean? We're a current of time. And that's where I show you how, like tomorrow, we'll start the day forecast. We'll be in 10 days of this time. And this timeline's energy is going to be around for 10 days. Right? That's how that works. We're at an hour. I can fit in another card. The rainbow rays, where Christ is from. There's also 3 other ones there. I'm gonna... They're in order, but I saw Actriel. I was thinking about it. Oh, get out of my face, Gabriel. Let's just let God show us which angel he wants us to... I can fix these later. Let's just see which which angel God chooses for us. If it's fucking Gabriel, I'm gonna freak. Okay. I was like, okay. Zacharael. Zacharael. Now, you can find some of these in the Kabbalah, in my Notoria. Just show them. Tarot. These are about the tree of life, but in here, it'll show you the names. There you go. So of the thrones, it shows you the angels of the thrones. That's where I'm at. All right, so then afterwards, I'm going up to here, which is the cherubim. It'll show you the angels of the cherubim, right? And then it'll show you the seraphim. They're not angels, but obviously it's the name of the seraphim, the name of the cherubim. We're all angels. Or demons, depending on how you see us. So some of those names you'll see in that book, is the point of that. This is a really beautiful one, and I feel like 20. Yes, I do. Do you have a peacock feather? Yeah, it's in my car. It was given to me by Jesus, which his name is Jesus, from Mexico. They had a peacock farm in Mexico, and he had brought some of the feathers. He gave me one. He also gave me he gave me an enormous feather from Seattle. He went out to Seattle and brought me one. All right, so we're in the turquoise ray. Jeez. The chakra is the higher heart. Qualities are nurturing, unconditional love, non-judgment, clarity, and cleansing. Crystals would be a turquoise, larimar, blue-green, azurite, or a chrysocolo. I don't know. Oh, not even surprising. Blue chamomile, and spearmint. And the star constellation is Perseus, the hero. It's really funny. That was what that movie was I watched. Something about the Titans. The first one was the Clash of the Titans, which was nothing more about Perseus and Andromeda. But this one was something else. Anyways, so in here you have Furiel and Zacharael. There's only 2. The Angel of Surrender. Well, that's nice. Zacharael's name means remembrance of God. And he asks us to remember that we do not have to carry the burdens alone. It is okay to ask for help when we need it. Sometimes life throws up situations or issues that we may find too difficult to cope with. We struggle to find answers or solutions, but can find none. It is so often this case that we end up feeling helpless or like we have lost control. When you need a blessing, be a blessing, is what I've taught my members from the beginning. When you're looking for help, provide help. You'll find your help in being helpful. Really? I know you don't mind, maybe you don't have much, but in this moment, I taught you where to get that aha moment is by going outside. If you have some bread or something, you know, some fruits, something, go out and make an offering to the spirit animals and sit with them and ask them. to bring you a message from God. God knows your struggles. He's trying to get a message to you. You just have to go to the go to the messenger. You feel helpless because it's out of your control, which means that he's in control now, and he wants you to realize that. You were never in control. He just let you feel that way so that you could feel safe. He tells us a problem shared is a problem halved. And that's it too. Nobody knows what you need until you tell them what you need. And all of us feel good helping. Mostly, good people love to help. There's no shame in asking for help. In this card, Zacharael is portrayed as a Yazidi man, a member of ancient spiritual minority group of Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, who have faced it's crazy. Who have faced persecution and genocide. Like Zacharael helps us surrender to the divine when we have nowhere else to turn. I hate to say it, but God will bring you to your knees. He has to take everything away from you to remind you that he's there. And he's there to serve you. But you too. It's a relationship between the two of you. You're self-serving without God. You're just out there to make yourself feel better. Or make everyone else feel better. You're not doing this to please God. You're doing it to please yourself. Message. The material aspect of life is only temporary. Gently release any attachments to me. When you surrender, you open to receive that which is truly yours. This too shall pass. I don't know, unless you're a celebrity, we all run out of money. We all run out of resources. We run out. We can't hold on to anything forever. You wait until that next paycheck. You're in your last, tank of gas. You're on your last fucking thread. We talked about this a little bit throughout the week. Your resources are temporary. God's are infinite. He can answer your prayers. And what you must understand is he answers them through other people. Why? Because it shows that they have God inside of them, but it also feels they get to feel what it feels like to play God, to answer someone's prayers. It takes a lot to be part of this. It was a hard process for me to ask for help. An over-independent bitch with too much pride, I wouldn't, and let alone with the understanding that you're going to tell me no. He made me do that just to learn to accept no for a long time. And then it became a yes. It was always a yes. Ask and it shall be given. Just go ask them. And I'll hear it in my heart to go ask a stranger for help. Can you please help me out with some gas? And they'll do it. And I'm so grateful. I cried every time someone would help me. I still will. I'll cry like a baby every time you help me because I'm still new to being helped. And when you're helpless, you're just so grateful. That person on the other side gets to play God. And they feel good about telling them that they helped a woman and 2 children, or whatever the case may be. I helped someone today. It's a 2-part process. It feels good to be helped. And you know you really need it. And it feels good to the person to help another person in need. You got to start this fire, which is putting the pride down. It's hard to humble yourself and ask for help because you want to be all powerful and all well done by yourself. I don't need your help. I got it. I can do it by myself. I'm grown. I don't need you. 2 hands are better than 1. I can use all the help I can get. It should be your attitude. And again, it's like you can't, but more, how can I help you? It's not that you can't, but how can I help you attitude. So there's a lot to be said here. I'm hungry too. All right, so grab these cards. Make sure you grab these cards because I don't do this part. There's a whole visualization right here. You can read it and then go, sit in a quiet space and literally access him visually. Then there's this one's a little bit different. There's a whole crystal ceremony. I'm not reading all that. I don't do this stuff. I did it for the first 2 years. And my kids are hungry, so it's time to move on. I jumped down to here. So it's important. You're missing a lot of this. You're missing the connection to the angels like I have and I've given to other people without purchasing this. You can get it on Walmart online. They're a lot cheaper than where I bought them from. Seriously? Yeah, they're pretty old. All right, here we go. Become the angel. It can be difficult to find a way out of a situation when you are right in the middle of it. Sometimes, to find the best solution, we need to hand the situation over to someone with a different perspective. That's it. What do you think I should do? Be careful who you ask. You can become the essence of Zacharael by reminding yourself and others that worrying about a situation or issue rarely brings a solution. Surrender and trust in the best outcome and open the way for assistance or an unexpected revelation to arrive. Don't accept failure. Just when things get hard, you pray harder. You faith harder. You don't beg, you believe. It'll be okay. This will be okay. You have to keep telling your inner child that it will be okay. Everything always is. It's not the end. It's just a new beginning. It will be okay. I promise. I've been through so many things that feel like the end of my life. Did you die? I fucking died. My ego died. Emotionally, I died. That shit killed me. But I woke up the next day and everything was okay. It will be okay. God will provide a way on 1/11/33. He wants you to see that he's real. You've never known him, and you won't know him until you need him. That's the sad part. But when you need him, he's there. He works on his own time, as I say. He waits till the last goddamn minute. But that's when you need him most, and he's there. And I showed you how to kind of work with him. I told you all these, in that card, I know I told you at least 4 ways to get into the spaced out moment and get your ancestors. Lovely. Answers. It won't let me say it. Your answers from God. Something about your ancestors are out there too. I mean, naturally they are. And that's who's guiding you. This might be you think this is your first rodeo. Everything feels like the first time. It's my first kiss. It's my first this. It's my first that. It's not. It just feels like a first because you're fearful of the first. You'll make it through this. But yeah, I taught you how to connect with the divine. So later we'll do religious studies where I'll pull out all of these religious books and try my hardest not to make fun of them, but we typically break them apart and find the good and take away the ugly. So hey, I love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.